Marvel just released a new trailer, and Avengers EndGame is just a few weeks away. That means that Captain Marvel is our last stop in this long train ride Marvel has been putting us through for years. So let's talk about the spoilers from Captain Marvel and the last end credit scenes, here on Movies in a Nutshell. Welcome to Movies in a Nutshell, where we talk about movies in a quick way so you can get on with your day. I'm Journey, and like I promised, we're going to be talking about Captain Marvel spoilers in this video. So if you haven't watched the movie, stay the hell off the internet. Seriously. Now hit the watch later button in this video, go watch the movie, or my spoiler-free review. Actually, do both. Then come back to this video and join in on the conversation. Go! Now if you're still watching this video, that means you already watched the movie, or you just don't care about spoilers. Then, like my favorite YouTuber says,
let's just jump into it.
To start things off, I'm gonna admit, I'm a bit disappointed that they use the Skrulls for this movie. And it's not like I have a problem with the Skrulls. I love the Skrulls. I just really wish they would have saved them for after Endgame for something bigger, like possibly Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion was a comic book run where the Skrulls start impersonating heroes here on Earth, including some of the Avengers. And during the process, they end up causing a lot of chaos. Technically, Marvel can still do this, but I don't see this particular group of Skrulls doing that, especially betraying Captain Marvel after she saved them from the Kree. Then again, they did mention that there's other groups of Skrulls out there, so one of them could be it. Which leads me to my next point. That was one plot twist I did not see coming. I was assuming that the Skrull were evil and the Kree were these super noble heroes, but instead they switched up the roles halfway through the movie, and it turns out the Kree were manipulating everybody and the Skrull were just completely misunderstood. Which, you know what? I think that's dope. They caught me by surprise. There's something I didn't expect. But I really wanted the Skrulls to be these super intimidating and chaotic villains, but instead I got the aliens from Galaxy Quest. I would also like to know why the Kree had it out for the Skrull so bad. Maybe they'll save that plotline for the sequel, or maybe the Kree are just racist. I'm not really a cat person, but I thought Goose was cute until he fucking turned into a kraken. Catkin? Goose is yet another reason why I prefer dogs. I have never read a Captain Marvel comic in my life. I grew up reading Spider-Man comics, so it wasn't that much of a surprise finding out that Marvel was actually a guy in the comics, and for the movie, they made her a woman. Honestly, it should not be a big deal, but I guess it was. So my opinion for when Marvel makes changes like these, well, these movies are adaptations to the comics and should not have to follow them to the teeth. So there is room for change, and I welcome it, so get over it. I feel like I missed something in the movie when it comes to how Marvel got her powers. So when the Lightspeed engine explodes, those powers get imbued into her, giving her her glow. But how was the engine built exactly? We saw that the Tesseract was in the lab where we know the engine was built. So is the engine powered by the Tesseract or built using the Tesseract? And if so, does that mean that Captain Marvel's powers are actually the Tesseract's powers? And if that is also true, does that mean that she's like Vision also? And they kind of have the same powers? I want to know what you guys think, so please drop your thoughts in the comments down below. So, how do you guys feel about how Fury lost his eye? Like I said in my last review, I felt like it was a hot tub time machine joke. From the beginning, I'm waiting for him to lose his eye. We get to the car crash, he has blood in his eye, and I'm like, this is it. This is where he loses his eye. He's fine. We get to other parts throughout the movie where I'm like, oh shit, is this where he's gonna lose his eye? And it still doesn't happen. I'm expecting some Kill Bill shit. Just somebody gouge that shit out. I was ready to do it myself. And then we get towards the end and Goose scratches his eye. I started laughing. That was ridiculous. I turned to my friend and I told him, Marvel's trolling us again. There is no way. This is how he loses his eye. Then Talos started shaking his head and I stopped laughing. You know what? I wouldn't ask for it any other way, because at that point, Marvel has now created a inside running joke. Fury would never admit that a cat scratched out his eye, and that's how he lost it. So then there's going to be all these rumors floating around about how it happened, and us, the audience, would know. We actually see it at the end with Agent Coulson. Then to top things off, Fury adopts Goose as his pet. Now if I was Fury, I would neuter that cat in his sleep. Nah, I wouldn't. My form of revenge would be passive aggressive. I'd buy the cutest cat clothes I could find and dress him up and start an Instagram, even if I was risking my other eye. At the end of the movie, we see Fury writing up the proposal for the Defenders Initiative. But after seeing a picture of Carol Danvers and her little call sign, changes the name of the Defenders Initiative to the Avengers Initiative. It's almost like Fury was naming the Avengers for her, as if he always knew that she would become the leader of the Avengers. The first end credit scene was exactly what we expected it to be. So Cap and the team are processing what has just happened during the snapping, or the snapture, and Captain Marvel shows up, confirming that she's gonna be in Endgame. And as for the last credit scene, well, I've never lived with a cat before, but I wasn't used to watching a cat cough up something. Marvel literally made me sit there and watch a cat cough up a Tesseract. Yeah. Anyways, I want to know, where did the Tesseract come from? We all know that after First Avenger, it was lost at sea, and supposedly Stark had found it while searching for Cap. Then what was it doing in Marvel's lab? Had Stark given the cube to Marvel? Or did Marvel find it, and then hence through Nick ends up going to Stark? Or did Stark just never find it? I have no idea, and I just want this all to end already. What did you guys think about Captain Marvel? And what would you like to see Marvel do after Endgame? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to support us by liking this video, subscribing if you're new, and turning on notifications for future videos. I'm Journey. I love you, I adore you, and I'll see you next time.